Greetings, Shaman, Beast Mouses, and Ouija folk. Today we're going to be playing Far Cry Primal. After starting up a new game, we're going to hunt a mammoth. After following the Aso, we find a small mammoth to hunt. After we kill the mammoth, a saber-tooth appears. After the saber-tooth kills two of our Ouija buttles, the Aso throws us off a cliff to protect us. And then title card. After getting necessary materials, we can finally craft our first bow. Now this is going to help us a lot with hunting animals. So far the only thing that we can hunt at the moment is goats. So let's go ahead and get some meat and get our strength back up. 1 goat, 2 goat, 3 goat. After killing the necessary goats, we can now start a fire to protect us from night. Now we can make a club Now we can ignite our club to light up the roots that will bark in our path. Sorry, vines, not roots. Making our way past the wolves, we can now go into the cave. After traversing the cave, we see a person, or just a floating file. Let's go check that out. After some traversing through the cave again, we come across some water. We head down and there's a saber-tooth. Fun. But we see another person, or essentially the same person. We head up and then we see a dead body. Fun. We find the person we're looking for. And then, in a couple seconds, the saber-tooth attacks. After fending off, he's holding back the saber-tooth, we are able to get out now. Get out. Before the saber-tooth is able to eat us. After we make it out of the cave, we come across the land of Oris. After a cutscene, we get the quest Deep Ruins, where we have to go find green leaves by a level. 1 green leaf, 2 green leaf, 1 dead Udam, 2nd dead Udam, 3rd green leaf. Look at that, another Udam. 3 Udam killed. 4th green leaf. Heading back home, we stumble across some more Udam. Right by our home, so let's go ahead and kill them. Can't find out about our placement. After we get all the green leaves that she needs, she does whole medical stuff and ta-da, she's fixed. Now we have to go out and get to the shaman, which is going to be very useful. After we get to the shaman, and we find him doing his little dance. He is very confusing. After some talking, he asks us to drink some wine. It looks chunky. Can be concerning. Either way, he forced us to drink, and then next thing you know, oh shit, it was drugged. Now we are in the quest Vision of the Beast. This is apparently the spiritual realm. And may I say, there are a lot of floating places. Must be a pain to get around if you can't fly. But apparently you're supposed to tame this owl. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention we can fly now? Our objective here is just to follow the owl. Follow the bird thing. I can't say it properly. Either way, follow the bird, don't crash, and don't drown, I guess, with us. We swim with fishies for a little bit, and then we head up. Or head out. Now this is slightly confusing to me. How is the pond not overflowing? Does not make sense. But after we fall in the water, we have to get ourselves out, then just follow the board. We can't run, sadly. We can climb up some vines easily. And I can't run, because if I could, I would. We try to tame it, it says fuck off, and now we're in another fight sequence. How come in not being on something when you're playing this quest? Then we fall out of another waterfall. Almost crash, but we pick ourselves back up, and we are now in Hurricane Harvey, who knows? This part can get pretty boring, but this next part is actually pretty interesting. We fly into a tornado of boards. Then after a pretty bright whiteout, we can almost finally tame the damn thing. Personally, I would have taken most of the other animals, like the bear or the wolf, jaguar. But the owl's good too. After we tame it, we can finally have some eyes in the skies. After that quest, we wake up as the shaman's saying something. And now we're a Beastmaster. We have another quest for the shaman. And the Udam hunt our fellow wolves. Either way, we call upon our owl to have eyes in the skies to figure out where the Udam are, to go hunt them and fuck them up. Now, we have a couple ways of doing this. We can either psychologically torture them, which is fun in games, or we can just full on assault. I decided to just try to pick them off from afar. Yeah, remember those options to fighting something? Sky's the limit. Just one thing you do have to be aware of is rocks can get in the way. But if you nail someone in the head with a spear from behind a rock, pretty sure their buddy would be terrified. After we kill that Udam camp, we can now craft bait, and we can follow the tracks and blood trail to find ourselves a white wolf. after using hunter vision to track down the wolf, we can throw some bait, and then after it's eating, we tame it. Now, be very careful when you're taming creatures, mainly because once they die, you have to tame them all. And it can be very depressing once one of your animals die. So my recommendation is just don't use them, or try not to use them as much. Beast panel you can open up with B if you have your settings on default. Set it in color and dismiss them whenever you like. We have one last thing to do before this mission's over, and that's kill Udam. But with this, it expects you to still have your newly tamed white wolf out, which I do not. I do not want that. I don't want any of it dying. There's actually a trick that you can do to make sure none of your animals die, but still use them. It's dismissing them before their health bar depletes, which is an easy way. Just you have to keep track of it. That's about all. And now the shaman has joined our tribe, or homeland, whatever you want to call it. But we now have missions that we can do from 2 people. We have to build them hunts. We have to build shelter and other side missions. Now, building shelters does cost materials that you can get. It's termed upgrade, but first time you're building it, then you're upgrading it to get more stuff, like different skills, different crafting abilities, that type of stuff. You gain a lot of XP as well, so that's always fun. But after you get Shaman to join your village, you only have 3 places to upgrade, to build shelter. Honestly, the most important are I don't remember her name, but the first person you meet, and then the Shaman. Those are the 2 most important. Then the rest, it's just you choose if you want to build or not, with more people joining. But just note, it can get very expensive. So we go down to the cave, and this cutscene plays. She basically says, well, now a home. And she was hiding in the cave before we came to help her. Now she walks among her people. And she found a dead Udam. She takes the video as a trophy and takes his cub for me, which I appreciate a lot. And apparently the Udam are going to do a siege on us, so that's fun. But sadly, you're not going to be able to see that awesome fight scene, because I'm out of time, and I shall see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.